immigrationquestion.com, your go-to resource for U.S. immigration insights. We provide clear immigration news and information. Our platform provides a network of licensed attorneys who can answer your questions and guide you through the process. From visas to green cards, asylums to citizenships, immigrationquestion.com helps you to network with immigration attorneys so that you can move forward with confidence. Sign up today or download the app. Free registration, limited time offer. Stay tuned. We go live in 30 seconds.
Hello everyone and welcome to this special edition webinar hosted by immigrationquestion.com, a networking platform and meeting ground where immigrants, families, advocates and licensed immigration attorneys come together to understand US immigration policies and procedures better. My name is GB Satusa and I will be your host for today's important discussion, H-1B basics, eligibility and requirements. Now, pardon me. Now, for many international professionals seeking to work in the United States, the H-1B visa remains one of the most well-known employment-based immigration pathways. However, this remains one of the However, the process involves strict eligibility requirements, employer sponsorship obligations, and a competitive lottery system that determines who may move forward with a petition each year. Understanding how the lottery works, what employers and employees must prepare, and what options exist if someone is not selected can help applicants make informed decisions about their immigration journey. Now, to help us break this down, we are honored to be joined by Naresh Gehi, Esquire, an experienced immigration attorney who advises employers and foreign professionals on employment-based immigration matters, including H-1B filings, compliance requirements, and long-term immigration planning. Attorney Gehi, thank you for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you for this important discussion.
Thank you, Blessing. It's a pleasure being on the show after a while. Thank you for the tremendous job you all are doing, and the platform is helping a lot of people, including people who are downloading the app and if they have immigration questions, as well as attorneys like me who are getting to do consultations. So great job. Keep up the good work. And
Thank
it's
you
good
so
for
much.
lawyers to gain business. At the same time, it's good for people who have immigration questions to download the app. Now, let's hit the nail on the head. H-1B registration has started. So people have started registering from the 4th until the 19th.
Yeah.
So if you are an H-1B applicant, if you have a sponsor, the first thing you need to do, file the application as soon as possible. The dates are from the 4th until the 19th. So please do not miss out on that. Second important thing, blessing that people need to know is that this is a beneficiary centric program. A beneficiary centric program means in the past, employers could basically file, you know, as many, for as many employees to different companies, etc., etc. So in a sense, if there were like 20 people who were looking for a job, 20 companies would kind of file for it. Immigration said, stop it. So if you're a beneficiary, you're entering your name once. So the good thing is the chances for people to get selected is much higher and much better. The next part of this program is about there are different levels, and based upon the pay levels, your chances of qualifying can be very high. So you have level one, that's meant for people like, these are my own interpretations. So I'm not going by legal interpretations. This is only meant for the common man to understand. And this is a waiver or disclaimer from my end that this is just trying to dumb down the facts for people to understand. So
Yeah.
number one is people, for example, who have no experience, have just graduated. So those are level one people, are just going to get in, they're going to get in the foot in the door in the company. And the competition for that is going to be too high. So the chances of people getting into level one is not going to be good. But, beggars can be choosers, but we're going to do what we need to do. Now,
Yeah.
level two is meant for like people who have some experience and they'll need supervision. So it means I'm experienced, which means that I've been in the profession for some time, but definitely I need to work under supervisor. Take an example. I'm joining a job as a programmer analyst, and now I'm a analyst, but I'm reporting, to someone high up in the hierarchy, to the to the next level, to the senior program analyst in the company, so or to the systems analyst in the company. So now the thing is that you are under supervision. So that is level two, which is good, I would say, which is not bad at all. But it's good for people like who have some experience. For example, you were on a student visa and you worked in a company under your STEM occupation for 2 years, and now the company wants you to go for level two. Excellent. Now, level three means you are actually skilled, means you know what you're doing without supervision. You're good at what you do, and you can just basically run a show. Is the best way to say it, on your own, but not to the highest level. But you're a capable person who is pretty good. That is my interpretation. So your chances on level three are very good because you're showing that you're a capable person. Your salary is under level three, which is on the higher side, and you have one application. So that should be good. Now, level four is amazing, but immigration is going to look at that very carefully whether you actually meet the requirement, because it's not only the money that you're getting paid, but it's the number of years, the skills, and everything is looked into by immigration. So that is the totality of the resume of the person, and the job description will be taken into play in making a determination of level four. So these are the major changes in the lottery program. And as always, there are 65,000 visas under this program. There are 20,000 reserved for people who have a master's degree from the US.
Yeah.
So this is the long end and short end of this blessings.
All right. Now, attorney, you've gotten us already into it, and we are now prepared for this very insightful conversation that we're about to have. Just before we go on, a quick reminder to our audience: immigrationquestion.com is a public educational and networking platform. The information shared today is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute individualized legal advice. If you are joining us from Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or any other platform, welcome. Please subscribe and share this session with students, professionals, and employers who may benefit from understanding the H-1B lottery. Now, let's continue, attorney, since we've begun so we've had such a great start to the conversation.
Now,
Now, given the number of applicants each year, what are the realistic chances of qualifying through the lottery system?
there's no magic number, but they're much better because now, as you can see, one person is restricted to one application. So it's the beneficiary only. So in the past, big companies used to kind of, have many subsidiary companies, or they had other, or they used to open sister companies and, try to qualify the employee. So all that is done and gone. So your chances are pretty decent at this stage.
Now, what new changes are coming into effect for the H-1B program that applicants and employers should be aware of?
Applicant should be and employer should be aware. First thing is work with a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Secondly, make sure that when you file an application, you're crossing the I's and the T's very well.
Yeah.
Number three, make sure that you have a proper job title. Number one, make sure that that you pay the employee the requisite wage that is offered over there in your prevailing wages. Number four, make sure that all your books and everything are in perfect order, and work with seasoned attorneys who know what they're doing, because picking the wrong category, filing the wrong documents can hamper everything for the employee as well as for the employer.
True, true.
And
Now, Attorney
in this
Gehi,
time, another thing is blessing. I've been meeting a lot of people. Like sometimes they have questions that
yeah,
Mr. Gehi, I have an employer. We've been entertaining a lot of people who are even filing. A lot of people and reaching out to us, and I think it is a great time for people to reach out to us if they are planning on filing for you. And if you're in the US on a student visa, I think you should definitely speak to employer and get your H-1B kind of
true.
started.
Now, Attorney Gehi, what are the official start and end dates for the lottery registration period?
Yeah, so it started basically, as I said, on March 4th, and it's going to end ending on the 19th.
All right. Do we have an idea of how many people typically register for the H-1B lottery and what that means for the overall selection rates?
People up to 500,000 people have registered in the past. So, but this time it's not going to be that high because the economy has taken a hit. Employers don't have a lot of jobs. So it's much lesser. My anticipation bill should be around 150,000.
All right. Once someone is selected, Attorney Gehi, in the lottery, what are the next steps in the H-1B
So,
petition process?
so what we've been doing for a lot of people have been emailing us, at gehilaw.com. They find me. And what we are doing for them is we're getting them a head start. We are doing their degrees, diploma, resume, work experience letters. Then we are seeing whether, you have to make sure that the employer is a bona fide entity, how many people are working for them, and whether it's going to be good for the employer as well as for the employee. And we also help employers to make sure they're in full compliance with the rules and regulations of the Department of Labor.
Now, Attorney Gehi, what requirements must employers meet when sponsoring a worker for an H-1B visa?
So the very first thing is that the person should have the minimum attainment of a bachelor's degree from the United States under Section 214 of the INA, and which means you should have the equivalent of a bachelor's degree, which means if you have a 3-year degree, then 3 years of work experience is equal to 1 year of education. And then if your education is from a foreign nation, you'll need a credential evaluation. Get a credential evaluation done. Then make sure that the performance of the job requires a bachelor's degree. So a simple example is that I have a bachelor's degree as a stylist. For example, like I'm very good at doing someone's hair, and plus I'm a high-end stylist. I can dress you up. Now there's a barber shop in my neighborhood who wants to sponsor me for an H-1B. Am I eligible? The answer is no, because the job of the barber may not require a bachelor's degree. So the job should require the bachelor's degree, but not the applicant.
Okay.
So the minimum attainment of a bachelor's degree is meant for the performance of the job. That is critically important. And that's where most companies commit mistakes. That's where a lot of lawyers have committed mistakes. That's why a lot of cases get denied. And this is where experience comes in.
Now, what requirements must employees meet in terms of education, job qualifications, and documentation?
Degrees, diploma, resume, work experience letters, minimum attainment of a bachelor's degree, bona fide job offer,
Yeah.
and the ability to pay. The company should be able to say, yes, if he's hired, he'll be getting the prevailing wages. And these are the wages under the Department of Labor, and we are ready to pay him. And there's a need for this person's services. And you have to show that you had internal posting, that you tried to first find American workers. You're unable to find them by just doing an internal job posting. And after that, you can move to the next steps.
Attorney Gehi, are there any additional charges or developments affecting how the H-1B lottery system operates?
Nothing much. You'll be eligible for premium processing, the same stuff. And for not for profits, there's no quota. So if you're working for a not for profit, you're lucky. You don't have to worry about the 65,000 quota. And if you have a master's degree from the US, you have extra 20,000. So visas for that. So your chances of qualifying are much higher from that.
Finally, for individuals who are not selected in the H-1B lottery, what alternative options may be available to continue the immigration journey?
So we've been helping a lot of candidates with the O visa. O visa, people of extraordinary ability. If you have some publications, if you're a well-known speaker, if your work has been kind of, has been recognized by media outlets on television, on well-known magazines, I think that's a great way to look. And a lot of candidates come to me and they say, Mr. Gay, I can write publications which are very good, very genuine. I'm a great writer. So, where there's a will, there's a way. If you're ready to put in the hard work, and if you want to become a celebrity writer or an author, or well known in your profession or in your field of endeavor, then the O visa may be right for you as a backup. Next thing is get married. Number two. Third one is very important. Apply for the investor's visa, which means if you have $800,000, that's like a home run for people from India. A lot of people have been doing it. So you get a green card quickly. Within around in a year or so, you can get a green card if you go through the regional center program. and then after 4 or 5 years, after 5 years, you can get the permanent green card. That's a great option for people who have $800,000.
Thank you so much, Attorney Gehi, for those really, truly insightful insights. Those are valuable, eye opening, truly. It's been truly a really interesting session so far, very informative. Now, for everyone watching this discussion about H-1B eligibility and requirements is not meant to create unrealistic expectations, but to provide clarity about how the system works. The H-1B process involves careful preparation from both employers and applicants, and understanding the rules and timelines can help avoid unnecessary confusion. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. ImmigrationQuestion.com is a networking platform where users can ask immigration related questions at no
No,
cost and engage with participating attorneys. We're also proud to share that ImmigrationQuestion.com is Triple B accredited and ISO certified, reflecting our commitment to transparency, accountability, community education, and security. Now, Attorney Gehi,
yeah, there's
based
one
on
thing
this
I'd like to add over here before we go any
yes,
further. Uh, what I like about immigrationquestion.com recently, someone downloaded the app and they asked a question. I was able to take the question and answer them right away. So I think the good thing what I like about the immigration question app, of course, I'm the founder. I need to make sure that I make it clear. The app is completely free, and even I have answered questions on it. So people who are watching the show should download the free app. The app is free. You can post the question free. But a lawyers, there are two types of lawyers. Some because it's the law that they may charge you a fee for a consultation, and there are some lawyers who give you a free consultation. So in our case, we offer a free consultation. And in a sense, the first thing, if any H-1B person is watching this show, I would tell them download the immigration question app. And there are lawyers from all over the US, not only me, many other lawyers who can answer your questions, and you can pick your own attorney. And I think, you know what, it's a no brainer. Why would someone not download the app? And like you have like I think 130 lawyers over there as a part of your network, and you can ask a question. You also get breaking immigration news there. You get fantastic videos from Blessing, who's actually giving a lot of videos. Then you get the visa bulletin. I think it's an amazing asset, and plus I think it's free. So I think it's a no-brainer for people to download, and I think it's a great idea for people. And even if in California, if in Georgia or anywhere, you can just download the app and look for a lawyer. And you know what? And also they have a live rep over there. So if you can do something, the live rep can jump in and they can help you. And the app is, I think, on Google also, and uh, it's on Apple. I think it's a great thing for people to download and ask any type of immigration question.
well, you've heard it for yourself. Download the app. I've tried it out myself, and I can vouch for the immigrationquestion.com app.
And also, people
Now,
can even go to the website and ask questions. That's the other good
true,
thing about it.
true, attorney, true. And they can also join us for our live trivia. Now,
And also,
before we move,
this is the only thing which I see which you get newsletters, you get a video daily, you're
true,
getting the visa bulletin, you're getting the ability to ask questions. It's all under one roof. And for
yes,
lawyers, it also has the practice management component when they can kind of, use it, they can, check the appointments, they can kind of create a case and do everything. I think it's great for everyone, for lawyers as well
truly,
as for the public.
truly a valuable app. Truly a valuable app.
And yes,
Now,
I'm the
before we
founder.
move
I
in,
just want to make it clear. So, I'm not going to hide myself. I'll be straightforward
yeah,
to that. I'm the founder of this. Yes,
yes.
as a disclaimer.
All right. Thank you so much, Attorney, for those insights. Now, Attorney, before we move into our live Q&A, let's tackle this very important question. What is one misconception about the H-1B lottery or eligibility requirements that you believe applicants should clarify before starting the process?
The one big this misconception is that that you can get away with the law, and the misconception is that you can keep changing your category to qualify a person to fit him within a pigeonhole. Don't do that, because if the employee goes back to the foreign country for the stamping, if they find that you have kind of misrepresented anywhere, your entire H-1B will be denied. So be very careful about that. And that's why seasoned lawyers are very important. And half the time when I've seen work coming out, they go to these, factory assembly line lawyers, some of them, who are just filing H-1B rampantly without putting in any thought. Go for a lawyer who's going to take time for you to do your application, and God willing, find someone who can help you to fight it so well that your case gets approved.
If you've just joined us, we've been speaking with attorney Naresh Gehi on H-1B basics, eligibility and requirements. We are now moving into our live Q&A session. This is your opportunity to ask general questions and hear educational insight from a licensed immigration attorney. Please drop your questions in the chat or call us live at 516-703-3483 and we'll take as many questions as time permits.
And also, I think I want people to like us, to make sure if they like the show, they can comment about it and they can share it with their friends and, spread the word. Because even if you have someone over here who actually is struggling and who's in deportation, this app can be helpful to them. You're trying to help people at the same time. And what are you doing? Just spending 2 minutes of your time to share the app? I think that's all you need. And, there's a saying in English, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Probably that man doesn't know how to get in touch with an immigration attorney. They can download the app, and also they can ask a question in any language. So that's the other good thing I like about immigration question.
Truly, truly. Let's get into that Q&A, attorney. Does every job for the H-1B visa have to be in a specialized
Yes.
field?
My answer is yes.
All right.
Straight
to the point. Is the H-1B lottery still random, or did the government change the system recently?
It's partially random right now. That's the best way to describe it. They come up with more streamlining, and people who kind of on the higher side have a better chance.
All right. I want to know, if my employer offers an entry-level salary, will the new wage-weighted lottery reduce my chances?
People who are on entry level, the chances are going to be not the best because many people are going to apply for that.
Okay. All right. Can I apply for an H-1B visa on my own, or must an employer sponsor me?
It's good for you to have an employer sponsor you, because if you do it on your own, your chances of denial are very high. Like literally 9 out of 10.
Okay. If two companies want to hire me, can both of them submit H-1B registrations for me?
Now, only one. It's the beneficiary that counts.
All right.
That has changed.
Does the US government check social media when someone applies for an
Yes,
H-1B
they do.
visa?
Yes.
All right. Now, recent reports indicate that Florida's public university system has temporarily paused the hiring of foreign nationals under the H-1B visa program. Policy decisions like these can raise questions among international professionals
That
and
is not correct.
institutions.
They shouldn't do that, because that is actually a violation. According to me, there'll be a lawsuit on that point, and because that is also going to impact the interstate basically clause, and this can also be a violation of the equal protection, and the state has to show a compelling interest. And you're looking at why basically it's, if you're looking at it from an intellectual perspective, this is a foreign national discrimination issue may come up, because it can go into race, alienage, and national origin. And alienage in New York requires a substantial interest from the state to show why they're kind of basically not giving it to them. So there'll be litigation in this area. So if those universities can show that there's a substantial state interest involved, if the state will have to show that by not getting those jobs, then it'll be. But the chances of for them to win is going to be pretty slim.
Now, when professionals hear about decisions like this involving the H-1B hiring in certain institutions or jurisdictions, how should they interpret these developments?
Well, they have to wait and watch. I mean, look for other opportunities. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. So there's no time to waste for interpretations for a candidate. He should be looking for some other opportunities, because you never know what's going to happen, right? So therefore, have a backup option. Go for the EB-1A. Like a lot of PhDs reach out to me and say, they say, Mr. Gehi, and by the way, one important note, if you don't get selected, think about the EB-1A. I've been helping a lot of people with the EB-1A. You need to have around 15 or 20 publications. You should be an author. It's a lot of work. But it's a possibility if you're from Harvard, Stanford, Yale. I've been helping a lot of people, to kind of apply under the EB-1A. You don't need a sponsor. You can apply for a direct green card. EB-1A is another way to think about.
Now,
Investor EB-1A. Third is getting married to a citizen. three good ways of how even green card holders defend status is a good way.
Do actions like this typically reflect broader national policy changes, or are they often limited to specific institutions or administrative decisions?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do actions like this typically reflect broader national policy changes, or are they limited to specific institutions or administrative decisions?
So, immigration affects everything broadly. So it's a national level thing you're looking at it. It's not something that you can, kind of pick and choose. So any policy that is catered in these matters, they're all at a national level. You cannot just pick and choose, like how the state of Florida is doing. You cannot just pick and choose. Then if every state has to come up with its own law, then it's actually a violation of federal law. So end of the day, it's the federal government that can make the rules. And so for this, if you want to do that, then you have to take it through Congress of the United States. If Congress changes the law, then that's fine. But state cannot make its own federal laws. So this is basically, under the doctrine of separation of powers. And once if the state gets involved and it tries to kind of, interfere with the policies of the federal government, then exactly that's a violation of the separation of powers doctrine and the Constitution of the United States of America.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined us for this special edition webinar. And thank you, Attorney Gehi, for
Thank
sharing
you.
your knowledge and practical
So,
guidance with us today.
so my final remarks, immigration question. I'm the founder. You all are doing a great job. Download the app. Ask any questions of your choice. Pick a lawyer of your choice in any language, and get started. And above all, the app is free. It's a no-brainer. It's just going to help you all a lot to spread the word. How do we all work as friends? Spread the word that you have the immigration question app on Google and on Android. And if you don't have both, go to the website, ask your question in any language. There's also a live rep. Take advantage of it. Any views expressed in this program are my personal views, and it does not create an attorney-client relationship based upon my advice with anyone, unless and until there's a specifically written agreement between me and between the person involved in the case. Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure being on the show.
Thank you so much, Attorney Gehi. You all heard it from the founder himself. Download the app, like, share, subscribe, and ask those questions. You can always visit immigrationquestion.com to ask immigration-related questions, stay informed about policy updates, and register for upcoming live events. If you missed any part of today's discussion, the replay will be available on Spotify soon. Just search Borderless Talk by immigrationquestion.com. We look forward to seeing you on Friday at our next live session. Until then, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay connected.